had a script for this, but at this point I'm just gonna let it slide. Yes, you've been doing it all wrong. Imagine going 2 and 64 while running around the map like headless chicken, or sacrificing your hair and everything you hold dear just for COD Mobile. Like, wait, how did we even get here, bro? Despite the state of skill-based matchmaking at the moment, and the fact that we've had the same meta for 6 months, there's people out there that still want to get better at the game, you know? And if you're watching, this video is for you. I'm gonna be taking your game sense from grass to grace, from level 1 street thug to gorilla, from the trenches to the medieval equivalent to the suburbs. Also, please stay tuned to the end because I made 3 different plans depending on the type of player that you are. Oh, that being said, we're just gonna leave that out of the way and get to the main point of this video. Game sense. What is game sense? Main things that make up game sense. First off, we have map awareness. This is basically knowing every part of your map, including common enemy routes, camping spots, spawns, and power positions. Heavy on camping spots. This is one of the mysteries that still remain unsolved. You already know this kind of players. You know the kind of players you're going up against. There's people out there who stay in the same spot for the entire game like they do secretary work in real life. You are literally trained in the arts, not just in game but in real life, bro. I understand when you're in a streak, it makes sense. Or when you're in somewhere like top 10. I hold top 10 a lot, bro. It just makes sense because P1 is right there to your right. P2 is right there to my left, bro. Where else am I supposed to go? But stay there the entire game, bro. I do not understand. Are you grounded? Are you under house arrest? I do not know. Bro is in his bedroom. Bro is chilling in a self-contained apartment. Bro is making himself at home. That is good. Honey, I'm home. Behavior. Self-contained, behavior. Okay, that's actually a good one, bro. What? The worst ones are the trip mine campers impersonating my goat. You are not Chef Swaggins. You are not 7'6". You do not do this for the love of the game. But anyway, I digress. Next thing we have under game sense is enemy behavior prediction. Basically, this is you being able to anticipate what your opponents are likely to do based on the flow of the game, sound cues, and previous patterns. Maybe your teammates keep rushing the same exact spot and dying over and over again, continuously selling, feeding the enemies a whole buffet of streaks. No charges, no delivery fee, nothing, just for free. Next thing we have here is decision making under pressure. With this, you're quickly evaluating risky situations, when to engage, repositioning, retreating, all of that stuff. You are able to choose the best strategy based on how the match is going. Now, let's go to the other thing. I've talked about this a few times before. Adaptability. You're switching tactics depending on how the match is going. At the end of the day, all these things depend on how the match is going. That is why they all make up game sense. Finally, we have mental fortitude. This is maintaining a positive, calm, and clear mindset even when overwhelmed, which influences how effectively you process the information during a match. I've talked about this thousands of times. There's also stuff like teamwork, situational awareness, sort of go hand in hand with adaptability. But if you want to understand more about these concepts in theory, there'll be a few links in the description. A very important tip that I haven't mentioned yet, and that is going to be watching YouTubers. Depending on the type of playstyle you want to develop, there are staples that you should be watching. People like Noah Sunday, Chef Delicious freaking Swaggins, the 7'6" humble and intelligent Sensu, me. Yes, I'm letting the fame get to me, bro. Dozzy and Tyrone, I mean Tyrese, Versa, my glorious K, the real life Escanor. This guy literally has aura. He doesn't force it. He's not an aura farmer. The aura just speaks for him. It's part of him. All these guys I mentioned are perfect for learning how to be a smarter player and probably dropping nukes if that's what you're into. There's so many people in Team 70 I haven't even mentioned. With that being said, I'm just gonna go through some of the plans I made, and we're just gonna explain certain things so you have a better understanding of what to do. So as you can see on the screen, we have 3 different plans, and first of all, I was pretty bored and thinking to myself how I could make this a more engaging video, because there's really no right or wrong way to train your game sense, but there are certain ways that make it more effective, and that is the reason I made these plans. In fact, this is literally tailored in a workout format. It would be so much better if we could incorporate something like progressive overload into these plans. And in case you don't know what progressive overload means, I'll explain it to you in the easiest way possible.
Me carry big tree, each sunrise. Now tree light. Me strong now. Need bigger tree. Carry bigger tree, make me more strong.
So basically what that means is the more you work out, the easier it gets. So you have to keep adding weights little by little to increase the intensity and keep your muscles growing continuously. Like I said, it would be so much better if we could do that with this, so that we just know we're making steady progress, because it's kind of hard to track your progress sometimes, but we can. So you're stuck with me now and my ultimate transformation plan. Oh my god, it sounds so cringe. I'm not really going to go over it so much on this. Feel free to screenshot whichever ones you want to use, but I'd strongly advise the 7-day plan. The 10 and 30-day plans are more for people who want to take their game sense to that top tier level. They want to get into more competitive scenery like scrims and probably maybe world champs. I don't know. Certain things are very common. Map awareness, mental toughness, adaptability, all of those stuff are literally the same in all the different plans. We have the day/week. You can always decide to be flexible with this. Split it into days where you're not as busy. Spend about 30 to 45 minutes practicing these things all together. You can hop into shipment matches or ranked matches, depending on whatever it is you want to practice really. Hop into a single player match and take care of the map awareness and all that stuff. Learn power positions, learn spawn points, everything you need to know before going on with the rest. And that explains everything. With that being said, we're gonna get into the gameplay. I'll be taking you through some of them to kind of let you see what I'm doing in real time. Let's go. Alright, so I'm gonna be taking you through this gameplay. As you can see, we did a 360 at the beginning. I'll explain more about that later in another video. What I usually do that for is to make sure that my aim and movement with my thumb is on point. And as you can see, I always take the route behind the map in firing range, because there's always someone there, which is why when I'm playing and we have the other spawn, I go to the back of the map, because there's always someone coming down from there, always trying to flank. That is one of the best ways to get map control if you're playing in firing range, no matter what mode it is, whether it's domination or hardpoint. So you can see, I'm just trying to play it safe. There's really nothing too crazy going on right now, but I'm just making sure that my reaction time is spot on to prevent them from getting in 5 positions. Like, that guy was going to climb tower, most definitely going to climb tower. So me doing that just assured my team less hassle? Hassle? Is that what it is? Yeah, hassle. Less hassles and problems. So now I'm just gonna do what is important here, stop them from going to next hardpoint. And it just makes sense that they're already hunting me, because I'm holding a very powerful power position, whatever it is. Why would you even do that? I'm sorry, but like, why? Why would you try to climb there? Do you see how easy it is to provoke enemies, you know, to do things that they're not supposed to do? As you can see, he literally failed to climb and I could hear him. What would have been so much better was for him to go through the stairs after he failed to climb up there, because he was struggling. You could literally hear it, bro. But anyway, I just decided to play passive and stop them from going forward. That guy was holding the head glitch, which was a very good play by him. And this is where it gets confusing for them, because they think I'm still up there. So I'm just going to keep going down, going back up, coming down, going back up. And they're never going to know what hidden. It happens like this most of the time. And I think I've posted like at least 5 different firing range gameplay with me playing exactly like this from the beginning, and I got my nukes. So it's a very, very strong formula for getting nukes and gaining map control. So yeah, this is one of the only times where I camp, because this position is so broken. You can see everything. It's even better than going into tower. You can see everything that is going on. If the enemies are spawning right in front of me and my teammates get their spawn, they're gonna spawn right by me at my left. So I could just check there. Look at it. See what I said? They are right there. He was right there. And they're gonna keep spawning there. That guy is in second hardpoint, which is actually a very good place to stay. So all I need to do now is be patient, play the long game, and I get my nuke. Simple. Very simple. And after this, I just started bullying them because they lost their will to live. I mean, their will to their will to keep playing the game. Jesus, why did I sound like a villain? Their will to live. What? Bro. Also, you know what is crazy? The fact that I did not die even once in this gameplay. Reverse Krispy Kreme top seller. That's wild. Look at how easy it was to provoke them. They were trying to hunt me down so bad. They started selling, feeding me streaks. Yeah, there's nothing much going on anymore. It was so quiet, and my teammates were doing really well. Look at all of them gathered around the hard points. Just freaking W teammates. One of them is climbing tower. I didn't even notice that. It's over for these guys. There's nothing else they can do. Nothing else. And this is how it goes on until the end of the match. Sometimes you just win some, you lose some, or you get nuked. That's the worst case scenario. Alright, GG's. On to the next game. Alright, so this match was against Grandmaster players, but I chose this one because it's more on the fast pace. You know, it's pretty fast paced. And I was using the Switchblade, an SMG, which is a huge difference from using an AR that isn't really built for mobility. As you can see, it's gonna be hard to explain what's going on in my mind. Because I was going off. Like, I was feeling every bit of adrenaline that day. So it's like, it's gonna be hard for even me to try and tell you what was going on in my mind. I just wanted to go for streaks, that's all. I wanted to go for the longest clip ever at first, but I'm already in their spawn, and the main thing I need to do right now is to reload and make sure that I keep spawn trapping them so they cannot get beat. Which sounds simple, but just look at oh my god. What am I supposed to say? How am I supposed to explain what was going on in my mind in this gameplay? Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm just gonna leave you guys to watch this. And I'm gonna watch along with you. Because, what? I know it's against Grandmaster players, but damn. Like, relax. It's crazy because sometimes I watch my gameplay and I'm like, did I speed this video up? But no, I'm watching directly from my iPad, recording this voiceover. It's damn. But yeah, I think this was around the time I finally got that crazy streak. And I just kept going and going. Bro. Bro. If I had finished off the reload there, that would have been sick, because the clip would have kept going, you know? But I didn't, because I was so used to the... I think it was around the time when I was using a gun. I think I was using the Holger, but like, I was using the chopper. Yes, it was the chopper. So I used the chopper for so long that I forgot the reload time for the Switchblade. Did you see that reaction time there? Did you see what happened? There was someone using a death machine. I didn't even process that for more than a second, and I did. That is how crazy it was on this day. My game sense, my reaction time, and everything else was on point. I can't tell you how surprised I was watching this game that day after it ended. Just look at that. That is the power of reaction time. I could have died there, but I survived. That is plot armor. Once the reaction time is really good and your aim is on point, you can do almost anything. You don't even need to have good movement. Your reaction time, your aim, and your awareness. You can see I'm literally looking at my mini map, and I was getting impatient. So So I ran out and got the nuke. And that was how this first round ended. And we went to the second round. I don't even know if I want to cover the second round. 69 kills. Damn, perfect number.